Hi everyone. Okay, I'm back with a different thing today, and just get Maya out of my way first. I'm going to try and get through this today with the dogs not getting in my way. So today I'm going to do a 5 card question. I've got to say straight up, I don't talk to people that have passed over. I don't hear them in my ears. I don't hear them, see them, or anything like that. I do know I feel a lot through the cards, and very rarely do I go out on a limb and set the intention to just talk to one person through the cards. But today I did, because something's been niggling at me to do so. So my intention today was set to talk to our friend, and I'm just going to say MJB. May he rest in peace. Now, that being said, if you're here and you don't know who I'm talking about, it means you're supposed to get a message from this message as well. So, five questions I thought of, not like questions like, how did the universe start and all that. Not too in depth into the heart questions, just some basic questions, because I'm still at my basic limit at the moment. But within those 5 questions, I pull 3 cards. The first card is an oracle deck, and it's one I use to get the real nitty-gritty start of the question out of the way, the gist of the question, or it's just going to be a straight up answer to the question, if you know what I mean. So we'll start off, and I will explain the next deck as I go. So the first question I ask, and I'll say it's a conversation, is just could I have a card to represent you at the time we knew you, your last time, anything like that. Just anything that could associate to who we're talking to, the person who can actually resonate with it. And I said these cards are really hard hitting, and the one that come out straight away, and just brace yourselves, is this one. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Not going to go too much into that, but if you know, you know. And even if it's not resonating with the person I'm connecting with, and it's still resonating with someone you know, it means that this message is still for you, and to keep please watching. Okay, so oracle card in your face, telling you, confirming, yep, we're pretty much all talking to who we want to talk to today. And I know because we do have a bit of protection around us as well. So the next card is a tarot card. So ask the same question. Can I have a card to represent you at the time we knew you? And I got the Tower. Again, no coincidence. People who know us and know another friend of ours, or 2 friends of ours, in a rating that I shared of my friends, same card come out. I'm shaking because it's sad, but it's true. The only feeling I got when I drew this is, yep, he's trying to say, yep, everyone got a shock. Just a big shock from this. I also got the feeling he said it's a pretty mad picture, but that's sort of the feeling I get from reading this card. The Tower is destruction, shock, lies, false pride, defeated. So again, I knew I was on the right track. And we'll put that one on top of that one. So the next one. So the next deck is an oracle, and it's one to say, righto, you explained yourself in the question, now can we have sort of a lighthearted, end to this question so we can go on with the next question. And it's an oracle card, so it's only going to give us like a message on the card. It's how you interpret it, and I love these cards. So this one was sunglasses. So, yeah, he says it's okay to have a rebellious streak, but it can be overpowering. Just don't go overboard. So, yeah, I can really relate to everything about that one, and everyone should know and relate to it as well in his sort of last few days and everything like that. Okay, so onwards and upwards we go as my fingers shake because I'm so nervous. Okay, next question. And I also have to say that when I did this one, I looked on my clock and it was a 111 on the clock. So anybody who knows, yeah, and you can look it up, 111, and there's another confirmation 111. So just a few signs to say, yep, keep going, Cassandra, keep going. Okay, so the second question I asked was deep, but not so deep now. Looking back on your life, how do you see it now? Okay, so again, hard hitting, straight to the point. Yeah, is all I can say. And I pulled work, job, and business. And what I got from this and what I felt I needed to say was learning was his work, kindness was his job, and helping others was his business. That's what I got from this. Now, people can interpret this how you like, but this is just from my heart and how I felt when I drew this card. Straight up to the point. Boom. Okay, the next one's the tarot. Same question. Looking back on your life, how do you see it now? And I drew the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so Pentacles means material world, health and wealth and everything like that. He's saying he should have been more patient. Had he put the time and effort in to reap rewards, he would have got them. So if you can see on the thing, this guy's digging his garden, standing there and waiting, and basically saying if he had been more patient, he would have reaped the rewards. Seven means personal challenges, drugs, responsibility, a pivotal moment that happened in his life, which he made me feeling it was his that was a pivotal moment. But yeah, I'm not going to keep going on and on, but yeah, that's just the answer from the tarot, from looking back on your life. I asked him, how did he see it? And yeah. Okay, so the next one is a more like finished to the question that we're asking. And like, I was thinking, geez, it's getting pretty deep, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, come on, end this one with a funny one. And yeah, the first thing I thought was, haha, because it was rock and roll. You're hitting the right notes, keep going. So that was my little confirmation that, yeah, I'm tapping into what he's got to say. So that's the end of question number 2. Okay, so number 3 was a lesson you'd like to share. Now, you know, I said these cards are pretty hard hitting, so I'll just share it with you, hey? So the first thing come out from a lesson that you would like to share. So it's got interfere, intrude, hinder, block. And I thought, whoa. But anyways, the what I got from it is don't interfere or block other people's happiness. Just because you ain't happy doesn't mean the rest of the world has to feel like you. And that's what I get from that. And that's what I feel that he wanted us to know. And I'm going to leave it at that and leave it for you to interpret how you want to interpret it. I'm hoping I'm holding these up properly. Okay, so I thought, okay, yep, cool, that's his truth, that's what he wants to say. And it's bloody true, isn't it? But anyways, then I asked the tarot what he's got to say to this question, a lesson he would like to share. And we got the Ace of Wands. So he'd like to tell you to always go with your passion from this. I can tell from this card, go with your inner spark, go for it. This is what the card means. Never be afraid to try something new. When you get an ace, it means there's always a new beginning. And a wand means motivation, ambition, action, and energy. And from what I can get from this card is never give up and never surrender. And that's the feeling I got out of this card. So, yeah. Very true, very deep. And to end off this question, we got, which is really funny, bubblegum. It's good to have a new experience, but don't bite off more than you can chew. Haha, is what I got out of that one, which is very, very true. And it's quite funny and cool. Okay, getting there. Number 4. Number 4 is something deep, a bit deeper, or something you wish you'd paid more attention to. Now, this one is a weird one because I do get this sometimes. So when I drew this one, I drew it like this, which is intent to hurt or harm, but then I got the feeling I had to turn it around upside down. So from what I can get is it's opposite of what it means. So he wished he'd paid less attention to the people who intended to hurt or harm him. And that's what I got from that one. And I'm not going to go elaborate. Everybody who knows, knows. Everybody who resonates with that one. And yeah, I'm going to leave it upside down. And the next one, same question. Something you wish you'd paid more attention to in the tarot. Got Knight of Pentacles. Now, he just wished he'd been more of himself, sticking to his plan, hard work, and just doing it, facing his fears. That's what he wished he paid more attention to, of facing his fears. Knight means confidence, active, moving ahead. Pentacles again mean material world, his work, his health. Yeah, always. Anyways, that is what he wished he paid more attention to. And yeah, it resonates to me with him, but whether it resonates to you guys, I really hope it does. And just finish this question off with a bit of a lighter note. I am rambling on, but I'll keep it going. Something you wish you paid more attention to. He says, this one's cool. Milkshake, a time to be more kind and generous. Share the sweetness with others. Gosh, he was kind and generous as enough as he was, but that's he wishes he could have been more of, which is so beautiful. Okay, now we're up to question 5, and nearly at the end, and I'm sorry I've kept raving on, but it's something I feel I had to share, and if you're still here, it means you're meant to get something out of this. The next message I asked is a message that you would like to give. Now, this one's pretty deep, and it's weird when you look at it, but I had to really think about what my heart was saying when I looked at it, but yeah, it come out. Okay, so this one is, look at it, it's no yes, liar, in really in conflict with himself, but it's just come out of me. Trust yourself, it says. If you believe something isn't right, don't agree with it. Think about it. Also, just because one person says something is right, makes it right. Trust your first reaction, trust your gut, and don't let anyone persuade you to go against your moral compass. Just trust your own decisions, trust your own intuition, just trust yourself. Don't listen to anybody else. That's what a message you'd like to give through that card. Deep but true again. Okay, back over to the tarot. I asked him, okay, what do we need to know when we got the Chariot? I feel I have to say. He just message he wants us to know and like to give us just to know where you're going, and even if you don't know where you're going, that's okay. Be confident like the car. Be in control of your life. Know your direction. Have self-discipline always. Be confident in yourself, even if you don't know where you're going. Trust in the process that you're already on your way. That's the message I got from that one. And yeah, it's a pretty cool card too. Full steam ahead. And the last one, the happier seal off this question sort of oracle, we got the Cadillac. Now the Cadillac says a thrilling experience is on the horizon, big or small, not long to wait. That sort of closes that off too. Make your own fun. And if not, it's already on its way to you. Thank you. Now, this big card here, you may be wondering, it's just like a angel, asking the angels just to sort of clarify and help us with the message, and you know, what message do they have and what message do they have through our friend. And I got the angel of divine timing. From what I can tell, it just says don't give up hope. And the affirmation for this angel is, for everyone, I have total faith and believe that my angel of divine timing is working to help me receive my desired outcome. Everything happens with divine timing. Now, believe what you will. Sorry about that. I was reading. Yeah, I believe in it. I believe this message is true. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to do one shuffle and see if our friend has one last bit of a message for us. Just get the last message out. Cut it 3 times. Let's give it a go. One last message. One last hurrah. One last. Okay. Can't escape that one. As you can see, this is how I do it. And it is bow tie. Look the part, it says, even if you have to fake it, you'll make it. Or you make it. So look. Yep, look the part, even if you have to fake it till you make it. Thought it said that. That's unbelievably funny. And yeah, appropriate. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for sticking around to the end. And I hope that everyone gets something from this. Until next time. Catch you later. And my dogs were so good because I fed them. Bye, guys.